guys, Trey here, and today we are here to talk about Ancient Tormentor and his Steel Fortress. Um, this is part one of three of my new update videos, and this one is going to be the first one released because this is the most trouble I've had with a boss. Giant's Keep, Dragon's Lair, and Necro I all have done. Necro is currently working. Giants is inconsistent, and Dragons just is not. I don't want to farm it right now because of how long it takes whenever it does work and the chance that it doesn't work. Anyway, Ancient Tormentor is pretty tough because he can one-shot one of your enemy or one of your monsters, even if they have good health. And it stuns them if their attack bar drops to 0 when it's decreased by 30% each. So basically, when you attack him, he gets a defense buff and a shield. And whenever he attacks, he instantly buffs himself with an attack buff and a crit rate buff. He thunderbolts you whenever whenever you have 5 turns that go through, and he can attack up to 4 times, but at the lowest 2 times, depending on his attack power. With attack buff, it'll be 4 times. With no attack buff, it'll be 3 times, and with no attack buff and an attack break, it will be 2 times. It will never glance, and it stuns with a 25% chance per beneficial effect, and it will always stun if he crits. It will always stun if he crits, and it'll be a 2-turn stun. Anyway, that's really all there is to it. He also has a crystal that accelerates his speed, and, we're going to run it with Vertihile, Rika, Lauren, Pang, Zinc. Zinc is there to block the beneficial effects and to attack break. Pang is there to elongate it because Zinc's cooldown is 4 turns. Lauren is there to push back its attack bar, and Vertihile is there to cycle turns. And Rika is going to be what ends up killing him. And it kills the crystals because, reasons. So, I'm going to go ahead and start this video, and we are going to skip to when the boss shows up, and I'll see you guys then. Oh, a side note, guys, is if you do decide that you want to run Rika, you need to be careful because if Rika's dots stack up and stack up and stack up, and the boss reaches 10 harmful effects, then you're gonna not be able to add on another one. So that's pretty harmful. I am gonna think about adding Tatu in instead of Lauren. And why I will replace Lauren and not Vertihile is because Vertihile basically can be compared to an AoE attack bar pushback when Lauren is a single target attack bar pushback. So I'm going to try adding in Tatu to speed it up, but for now we're just going to see how this boss does, and since since we're there, I guess we can go right ahead and see how it works. Speed debuff, AoE speed debuff is really helpful. I do have, I think, 57% accuracy on my Pang, which is really good. So we're just going to see how it works. I think it's working pretty good so far as planned. And obviously Thunderbolt is going to kill off Pang and some other people, so that's how I'm going to end up having him even move, is basically I'm going to wait for my monsters to die. Either that or the attack crystal is going to buff him up, and he's going to be able to move. He's eventually going to inch his way up to move, is what I'm saying. See, Tatu, if put in place of Lauren, would accelerate this, and even if she dies, she can end up, it'll take Lauren out of the equation, so the boss is allowed to move and dot himself to death, basically. So anyway, this is pretty slow. It's going to be pretty slow, but if you think about it, being safe is better because you don't waste energy, etc. Now see, the boss isn't going to get a move now because the crystals are going to, keep him, aren't going to let him move because they were dotted to the point that they were going to die anyway. Now, because I don't have a healer on this team, it's not going to be as safe as if I did. And you could put Lauren, you could take Lauren out and put Fran in or something like that, but you need immunity or cleanse, one of the two. So we're going to run this team again so that just to show the consistency. You know, that was a 3-minute run, which is kind of slow. But I'll skip right to the boss for you guys. I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, here we are back at the boss, and I do realize that not everybody has Rika, so this comp isn't going to work for everyone, but for the people who do have Rika, this comp will work just fine and it will be safe, especially if Rika is on Despair and can stun the crystals leading up to the boss. Other than that, you know, just think about somebody else who you have who can put a harmful effect on the boss that will damage them. You know, if you have a bomber, that would work. Like a kobold bomber would work that has a bomb, or Jojo who has a bomb, or Water Joker who has a bomb, or Leebly who has a bomb. Bombs will work on this boss with this comp. So if you don't have Rika, don't just shout, I don't have Rika, not everybody has Rika. You know, experiment. I will be doing this comp. I will do one with Tatu, which I have not done. I will throw a disclaimer there, because I don't know if it's going to work, but, you know, we're all going to see together. You know, Tatu and Rika's a pretty good combo, and also it appears that they don't really have enough digits to, in the debuff thing, to show 10. I don't know if that means that it's just there until the boss dies. That's not what that means, apparently. It just won't show more than 9. It just disappears. So, anyway, that's Steel Fortress, and once Lauren dies, it'll allow the boss to start moving and end up, unless he clears you, which he shouldn't because you have an attack break on him. You should be able to, you know, have it done. So now we're going to take Lauren out and substitute in Tatu, who has no stats whatsoever. So we're gonna see how this works, honestly, all together. She adds another dot and glance, so, you know, that could be pretty good. I could see this speeding things up a little bit. So I'm going to show you the whole run for this, just because I'm unsure of whether we're going to make it there or not, so I don't know, this is looking pretty promising. I don't want to, you know, speak too early, but this looks pretty okay right now. Because she has more dots. And glance. Glance is really helpful whenever the boss is super good, and then, you know, we got Pang, who's just shredding them with extra dots. And the thing with comboing Rika and Pang is every time Pang hits, she adds basically another stack of dots every time. She adds 3 dots every single time. That's 15% of the health gone every time. Since she's on Violent, easy. So we're going to see how this goes. Like, obviously the boss is an entirely different story. So, now I did happen to see that Zinc used his thing, so we might not get to live that long to see what happens. I think that might have lost it for us. So the consistency in itself, since Lauren was taken out, the consistency lies on whether Zinc enters the battle with his skill 3 or not. So we're going to try this one more time to see what our potential time could be. And I'm going to let it skip straight to the boss because you guys got to see what the comp looked like until then. So I'll see you guys then. Alright guys, here we are at the boss. Hoping this will work out well. I'm not looking for it to, because I'm not sure of whether Zinc has his skill 3 up or not, and Pang just died. So it doesn't look like this comp is going to work, because we don't have Lauren to ensure the safety of Zinc, so that's really not gonna help a lot. But anyway, you guys saw the working comp of Rika, Vertihile, Pang, Zinc, and Lauren. That is a pretty bare bones team. If you had something other than Rika, like a bomber or anything else that puts a lot of dots on, I think you could use Melia. The Wind Dryad would also work. But there's nothing, in here. Rika can be replaced with a 4-star, so I'm going to say she's a 4-star. She could be a 4-star is what I'm saying. Anything that has to do with inability effects on the monsters and dots on the boss, so Melia would work. So this team will work for you just like it did for me. It will take a little bit longer, but if you don't have the runes to do a speed team, all you need is Vertihile, Melia, Lauren, Pang, Zinc. So that's my video on Steel Fortress. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys find some use out of it. And I will see you guys in the next video, which will be for Punisher's Crypt. So, see you guys then.